You've muted yourself.
My laptop constantly taking a piss at the start of these. Big up everyone who's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to yet another Erling Haaland update. Big up everyone who's locked in. I'm hearing a little bit of an echo. Whose mic is that coming from? Testing. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah. Echo's gone. Big up everyone who's locked in. Yeah, we're going to be discussing Erling Haaland news. We're going to discuss all the players that are potentially going to be leaving the club as well, because there has been a list of new names of players that could be on their way out of the club as we look to try and finance this move as well. We're also going to be talking about the fixture list. Start of the season is looking wild, but for me, as a fan who might be able to get tickets to all of this as well, I am gassed. I can't lie. Like, if you're looking at the games, it's possibly the roughest start to the season that we might have ever had, at least in the last 5 to 10 years following Chelsea. That's a good chance of Pookie. That was blocked. But, yeah, we'll get up on the screen now anyway. Big up Fata, Josh, Scott, Goonie, Wayne, Jesters as well. The link to everyone's Twitter is all down in the description below, so check it out and follow as well if you guys haven't already. Before we get into Erling news, we will go into the fixture list because I was going to do a 9 a.m. stream on it, but you man know my sleeping pattern, and you know there's no chance of me being up for that anyway. Start of the season looks wild. First 3 away games are Arsenal, Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur, which I can't lie is absolutely mouth-watering. Arsenal away, first away of the season, champions of Europe blaring out at the away end for 90 minutes non-stop. The unbearable Chelsea back in the away end, and hopefully revenge as well, because on my life, I said 3 games in a row couldn't happen. 4 games in a row is not happening, because we just need to have some dignity about ourselves. Go to the Emirates and handle business straight up. Liverpool away afterwards, Crystal Palace at home, first game of the season we didn't even mention, but the start of the season is wild. But the good thing about that is that midway through the season, things get a lot easier. October should be 3 wins as far as I'm concerned. Southampton, Brentford away and Norwich at home. September, Man City at home. I think Man City are going to come hungry for a victory and hungry for revenge as well, but they're still going to have champions of Europe. You'll never sing that blaring out of all 4 corners of Stamford Bridge. How's November looking? Burnley at home, Leicester City away, Man United home, Watford away.
October they miss Newcastle.
What was that?
October 30, Newcastle.
Oh, it's not Watford. Are you sure? That's the one the club. That's the one Chelsea put out.
A day like last week of October, they got Newcastle away.
Yeah, there's not a second Newcastle fixture on that, so that will be end of October after the Norwich game.
Okay, yeah.
Wait,
so we're spending Halloween at Newcastle away.
Up in the gods. Up in the gods.
We're spending Halloween at Newcastle.
Up in the gods.
I swear.
Okay,
cool.
Want me to make it better? Look,
Would you go on?
it's my birthday.
Up in the gods.
Fuck off. Fuck right
It's
off.
on Halloween, Wayne.
Let's go up in the gods, people. Up in the gods.
Okay, cool. So you're not walking out of Newcastle on your 2 feet. Cool. We're going to make sure of that. Also, with them prices in Newcastle as well, that's a guarantee. I'm sorry, man. You're going to end up on a bed somewhere, but it is what it is. November, we've already said, looks semi-decent. December should all be wins, to be honest. West Ham away. Actually, no, that'll be the toughest one out of the lot, to be honest. But actually, our record that West Ham away stinks as well. Leeds at home, Everton at home, Wolves away, Aston Villa away, and Brighton at home. Yeah, that should all be wins. January looks wild, but you also got to take into account the winter break and an FA Cup match in between then. So it's not really going to be as hard as we make it out to be. Of course, Liverpool, Man City away, and Tottenham Hotspur at home. Like, we can never turn our nose up at those 3 fixtures. But like we say, when you with the start of the season as well, when you face these tough teams at the start, it just makes the run into the end of the season a lot easier. February looks very winnable. March looks winnable as well. April, I'd say, until about the midway point, is still pretty winnable too, but the games will only get harder as you get towards the end of the season, because everyone knows what their targets are towards that point. Even the relegation sides look hard. the teams running for the league title look as well. Scott, go on. What were you going to say, man?
I was just going to say stuff like that. Like you look at April, like it really much depends on how far West Ham get in the Europa League. Because that if they get towards the end, they're not going to give a shit about that game. If they get anywhere near towards the final, depending on the signings they make, how well they do, etc., injuries. Who else is in Europe?
Leicester City.
Leicester.
Leicester
So
City, bro.
where do we? I was gonna say
That means
with
you're
February,
facing on a Sunday.
that home game, like again, depending on because I think end of February is when the Europa League and Champions League starts again, isn't it? Or mid-February, something like that.
Oh yeah, because that's the round of 32 for the Europa League. So they'll be playing in consecutive weeks too.
Yeah, so they're not going to give a shit about that game either. So I assume they'll play a week inside or at least not come to win that game.
So,
yeah, guys,
when's
I've seen on the comment section as well. Sorry,
Really
Justice. I've seen a comment section as well. Newcastle away is after Norwich City at home. We just addressed that a few minutes ago. Sorry if it says 37 game. I literally picked the first thing and I just copied and pasted it. I swear this one came from the Chelsea website as well. Just a bit of a piss take. But go on, Jesters. What are you saying, man?
I said, when's AFCON? What dates?
I'm really glad you brought that up. It is January 9th to February 6th. So depending on like travel when they have to go out, if they have to like depending on the nonsense in the world at the minute, if they still have to what's it called?
Quarantine.
Isolate, then we'll miss Mendy for City away, Tottenham at home and Brighton away.
That's
and
not
also
bad.
depends on how far Senegal get in the tournament. But those 3 games is when we'll miss Mendy for.
We need to get
I'm loving-
up. Oh my
I'm
gosh, look
loving
at
the
those
April-
January fixtures are just deep that you need a goalkeeper. Fuck
Liverpool
that.
will be fine.
City and
Liverpool will
Tottenham,
have
that's
him
madness.
as long as he's not injured, obviously. It's the City game and the Tottenham game. The Tottenham game doesn't worry me as much. It's the City game because you know they're just going to smack long shots like nobody's business.
Well, Kepa won't be here. He'll be at Lazio.
Well, then we need a keeper badly.
Yeah,
That's what
I'm
people are saying. Like, I was hearing off the ex-West Ham United employees' Patreon post that what was it? Kepa's potentially going to be going on loan to Lazio, and that Liam Tooney as well was saying on Matisse's stream earlier that a DM might not even really be on our plans for the summer because we need to prioritize a striker. We're going to get a right wing back as well. There's a centre back that could potentially be coming in, and now we're talking about needing to get a goalkeeper as well. So if
Yeah,
there's one that
probably-
gets
maybe
sacrificed,
two.
it could potentially be the DM one because we're saying we wouldn't go for one unless it was a cheap option. Because we're not trying to splash the cash like we're doing for wingers or for strikers or for centre backs. Because
How
if
much
we
are they
were,
asking
we'd go for Declan
Tchouaméni?
Rice. Go on.
Because you're saying the cheaper option. How much are they asking for Tchouaméni?
Like 30, 35. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Which
think
is
it's
a cheap
38,
option.
wasn't it? I think 38 was the
Yeah, which
Is
is
that
cheap.
euros though or pounds?
Yeah,
I'm not
Euros.
entirely sure. I just remember
Yeah.
38 million being the number. I just
And
can't
also-
remember what.
That's about
It's a-
35 million pound.
It's a really reasonable fee for a player of his quality, for sure.
That's what I mean.
I
Sorry,
think in
Kim.
terms of squad depth, we do need, especially in that December period. I think the Everton and Wolves game might be postponed because we're going to Japan, the World Cup. I can
That's
see
right.
that
We have the
those
Club
two-
World Cup too.
and I can see those matches will be slotted in between the Champions League because the Champions League will be split into like a couple of days, and that one of them could be like around probably like 15 or 16 February, maybe at that point. I don't know what dates Chelsea gonna play, but yeah, I think they're gonna have to slot in those periods.
I'll be honest. I love that April and May fixture list. That you want to close out a season, maybe close out a title. That's a great little finish.
That's a good run out.
to
Hey,
wrap it up.
Wolves at home a day after my birthday.
Yeah,
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, when really Wolves and United are
Fucking
really
hell,
only,
Southampton's on my birthday.
that's a great run to
Really?
potentially lock up a title.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, no, I say that. It's a bit of a sticky run into the season. Like, obviously, I'll take us winning the league at Old Trafford if it does come down to it. But Leeds United away, West Ham at home, Everton away, Wolves at home, United away, Watford at home, depending on if they're even in the Premier League by that point or if they're still fighting
we
for
might be
survival.
lifting trophy by Watford game.
We might be, But like that's a bit of a sticky run. And the good thing is our period until then is very easy, so we can put ourselves in a good position when we get to those sorts of games, and hopefully momentum will be on our side too. Run into the end of the season's looking tough though. January's a bit sticky, and the start of the season's mad. Other than that, though, like it's a decent run. It's a decent season. Just to be fair, there's like it's all into chunks. It's not like you're facing big 6 teams throughout the season. It's like only really the start, January, and the end of the season. Other than that, we're fine.
But there's not a big 6 anymore. There's not a big 6 anymore because you can't put Arsenal in there. They're mid-table matters.
I'm not counting Arsenal as big 6.
I mean,
like,
you say
they've been replaced by Leicester.
Literally, they did the double over us last season. Like we say they're not a big 6 club, and they still did the double over us last season. So we can't exactly take them lightly.
Small West Brom almost did the same thing.
I know, but like
small clubs can be big clubs on occasion.
Yeah, I was gonna say that as well, Jess. And the same thing as well. We lost to West Ham back-to-back games, like I think in Lampard's first season. That don't make them anything big. That's more on us. I'm counting Arsenal as one of those mid-table games that we should just be winning. Go there, get a result. Go for revenge too, and leave.
The only thing that gives Arsenal a little boost is they are playing European football next year, so it's like they'll just have the Premier League and then some of the cup games. But
they have a free flow.
To be fair, I'm actually not too fussed about facing Arsenal when we are away, because just thinking about it, their squad's a mess at the minute. They have so much they need to do with their squad, and it's like if they, you know how Arsenal is, they don't get any of their business done till like the last week of the transfer window. So that game, their squad might still be an absolute mess.
But Scott, in February as well, if the African nation goes ahead,
they're losing half their squad.
They're going to have no midfield.
Exactly.
Like, depending on if they get this Anderlecht midfielder, Lokonga, that they want, like they're literally going to have no midfield because Nenny won't be there. He's going with Egypt. Partey's going with
Ghana.
But what nation is Lukonga from? Because he's from Belgium. Oh, okay.
I think he is anyway. But yeah, they're going to have no. Obviously, Sabasa's gone. Xhaka's going. Partey's going to be gone. And then he's going to be gone. That's them 4 midfielders. They've literally got no one else in that midfield unless they promote a youth player or they play like Emil Smith-Rowe at centre mid. Like their midfield is fucked over January.
Yeah.
And as well, like all their midfielders play for big African nations, so it's not like you're like, for example, if they had a midfielder from like, no offense to him, but like Gambia, you wouldn't expect him to go that fast. You're like, okay, maybe we're only missing for like 1 game, maybe 2, but they're going to be missing for probably all 3 games.
Big up Sage saying, "What up, champs? Play for the rivals." I hear what you're saying about the Arsenal game, Scott. But like the reason why I'm not worried is because we lost 3-1 at the Emirates last season, and like there's heavy Lampard tax and be counted that. But at the very least, you can say Arsenal were the better team that game. When we lost to them 1-0, they really weren't. We handed them the goal on the silver fucking plate, and we were just shit for 90 minutes. Everyone had a disaster pass in front of goal. That was us losing to ourselves, in my opinion. Other than us,
I'll be honest. I'm not scared. I'm just saying we shouldn't dismiss them. And that's why I said I'm actually happy with playing them early, because their squad, like if we were playing them October or like November, then that gives them time to like sort their squad out or to sort out a system they're going to play. Giving Arteta massive credit if he does.
Don't they have a system already?
But barely, like barely.
What if you can call it?
They're trying to get rid of like half their squad. Like they're genuinely trying to.
Won't some of the players be missing as well because of the African Cup?
Yeah, we
discussed that.
Yeah,
but also
I kicked myself back, Andrew.
Actively listening again, Chris. Come on.
No, I kicked myself and I've come back.
So Aubameyang's going to be gone too. He's with Gambia, isn't he?
Gabon.
Yeah. And is he there? Is he going too?
Yeah, Gabon made it. I think. Yeah, they did.
So he'll be gone. Did you see United start the season? So who are they paying? That's where all their money's going. They're paying somebody.
Did you see City?
They're paying nobody for the first
start?
month.
Yeah, but that's fine.
City have got a rough start as well, which is good.
Oh yeah, City got cornholed.
I think 5 out of the 7 games top of the table crashes. So.
I'd much rather play these.
Fans be bragging about they getting first place, and then they come against the real competition and start like blowing it there.
I'd much rather play the tough games early. You know,
Yeah, me
Get
too,
them over with.
yeah.
get them out of the way. Everybody's kind of like everyone's sort of working in new players into their squad. There's a little bit of a
We got-
adaptation period.
Josh, we got them in the cluster. Look, start the season August, September, and then in January, and then afterwards it's like a dream run with the odd like Manchester United game or Leicester game, isn't it?
Yeah, we have a couple sections of the schedule where we could go on really nice runs.
Yeah, after January, apart from Arsenal and Leicester, and then apart from Arsenal and Leicester in February, we don't really play who would you deem a big team until Manchester United in the middle of May. So,
also, as well, if you look at it, sorry to interrupt, a lot of these teams are like in complete transition that we're facing. Like Southampton are coming off a dreadful season where they need to really revamp their squad. Obviously, Watford just got promoted. Everton are going to get a new manager, got to revamp that squad. They could be losing like Rodriguez or a couple
West
of
Ham
others.
got Europe this season.
Exactly. Wolves have got a new manager. No idea how he's going to fare. So like
Leeds,
away,
what are Leeds going to do?
Leeds, I think, will be fine, but it's like Brentford have just got promoted, so you've got to like there's so many teams we're facing it in. Palace start the season.
It's tricky.
They're getting the new manager.
Yeah, newly promoted teams, you don't really want to face them at the beginning of the season, but it is what it is.
No.
And none of these teams have played at Chelsea with a giant Norwegian leading the line, so that's
what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the away days. That's all. Away days.
That's a great segue into the Haaland thing.
That is a perfect segue, to be fair. But let me get rid of this. And let's go into Erling Haaland news as well. Obviously, this is all coming off what was said on Alex Goldberg's Patreon account yesterday from, what was his name? Ex-West Ham United employee. Before that, let me go to the Super Chat from Sage again. Big up yourself, man. Appreciate the donations. Saying, fun fact, every German manager who's won the Champions League has won the league the next season. If we sign Haaland, we might be the best attacking team. It's actually a fact. I know Klopp has. What other German managers have won the Champions League recently?
The last three are German.
So what's the Bayern Munich manager for Pep winning?
Flick.
Well, yeah, you got to throw Bayern Munich out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I was going. I can't really count that because Bayern Munich win the league.
That's what I said. Hansi Flick, but I don't know how much you can like.
Hansi Flick, but the one before Barcelona.
If we're including German teams, that's not really fair, is it? But fair enough. Anyway, we'll run with it for agenda anyway.
Because it means Scottish manager and they're managing Rangers, so be like that.
Let me get the Patreon thing up on here, and I'll read out parts of it. I'm not going to go.
Are you allowed to read this, Lewis? Are you allowed to read this because Monster got backlash yesterday for just
he got backlash. I think it's a lot of people chatting shit, bro. Everyone wanting to be offended on Twitter and a lot of bollocks like that. If you want to get at me, see if I give a shit, innit? All I'll say is, I won't read it word for word because if you lot do want to see it, go onto the Patreon. I want to be a dick to Alex and ex-West Ham United. I can't keep going for his name because it's all long, but you already know what I mean. Saints, it says Chelsea are clearly in the market for a top world-class forward who can lead the line. They were and still are massively keen on Lukaku, but he's made it very clear he wishes to stay at Inter. And because of this, Chelsea have been prompted to consider smashing the bank for Haaland. It's thought the club are prepared to pay a large fee, could potentially be the third highest deal in football history. The deal is complicated and it could be one that they choose to revisit if no significant progress is made. It's thought that the terms of the player are all but provisionally agreed, so it means it's done, but it isn't really in writing.
It's
but
penciled in with a razor.
Implications will come over the fee, the sell-on fees, and other percentages. Okay, so it sounds like Dortmund are going to want a sell-on fee in case he leaves as well from us. Which was also one of our worries as well. If we bought Haaland, how long would he stay at Chelsea for as well? Especially if he's on the too. Other percentages as well, which haven't really been made clear. Club are determined to sign a new forward, and it's not just one forward as well. There are backup options to Haaland that Chelsea are looking for as well. So when we say that Chelsea are looking for a striker, they are looking for multiple strikers as well. That will be shared in the coming updates too. Tammy Abraham is likely to be on his way out with West Ham and Villa leading the way. Giroud is looking likely to go to AC Milan. Tomori is likely to go back to AC Milan as well.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sarri wants Loftus-Cheek, Emerson, Alonso, and potentially Kepa on loan as well. And Chelsea are also looking to sell Zuma, Ziyech, Ross Barkley, and Conor Gallagher as well. Club wishes to sell players before and then buy any other major players aside from Haaland. Looking to sell players as well before we get to that point too.
Yeah.
Is there any other points on that? Another player the club are keen on is Declan Rice. And they joined the 2 other Manchester clubs in registering an interest, although it's unlikely they're going to go to the asking price of 100 million.
Yeah.
I told you that yesterday, 100 million.
This club takes the
Wow, that's a madness.
Plus he's
100 mil. We were arguing over 80 a few days ago, and now they've upped it to 100. Get out of here, man. I am not hearing none of this.
They won't sign for 100 million to no one.
I feel
That's the reason they're doing it.
No one's going to bid 100 million, Chris. That's why no one's going to bid 100
Exactly.
million. That's why no one's going to bid.
When you've got a Tuchemeni out there for like 30, 35, it's an insult to even consider 100 million for.
You could buy 3 Tuchemenis.
Yeah.
Near enough 3.
Go buy
2.5
Barella from Inter, who'd be like half the price and is like 10 times the player of Rice. Or Locatelli.
You could buy Tuchemeni, Weigl. You could buy like 3 dudes for that price.
Buy Locatelli for 40.
That's what I'm saying.
Jack
Go buy
Grealish
Barella and
cheaper
Locatelli for the same price. They're 10 times the player Rice is. They just point and shout merchants.
Imagine if they actually got into the Champions League, what his price would be. They've only just got into the Europa League. So it's like...
They probably want 200 million, Andrew.
They
probably want... Yeah, Andrew, they probably want 200 million for that then.
I'll just drop the source I follow is H Grimes or ES Grimes at ES Grimes. I know people don't think she's credible, but it's been right on a whole lot of transfers.
Yeah, I follow her as well on Twitter. Mm-hmm.
So Danielle Malen will be going to Borussia Dortmund as soon as Sancho is done.
Yeah.
Now she is adamant that it has nothing to do with Haaland, that it's just a replacement for Sancho. But if he is a striker, so if you're going to potentially lose a striker, you have to bring another striker in.
Yeah.
Plus, they have a buyback on Isaac this summer as well for 30 million. So you could potentially replace Haaland with both Malen and Isaac, and replace Sancho.
Yusuf and Makoko as well. They have.
Yeah, he's 16. I doubt they put that much pressure on a 16-year-old.
And
even though he is a good player, like there's so much pressure.
Yeah, you could replace Sancho if Chelsea were willing to throw in Callum in the deal. Just saying, it all works pretty good for both teams.
I'd say that deal.
Say that last part again, man.
I'm never gonna lie to you.
Well, if they can still want to replace Sancho, if Chelsea really want to throw a player in the deal, it would be Callum, because he would be a direct replacement for Sancho.
Yeah, he fits the mold.
I hear that, but Chelsea sound like they're more willing to give away Ziyech, though. I know we spoke about it yesterday, and we know that you said that Dortmund prefer to build up youth players instead of building up older players, but Ziyech would be an instant replacement for them without needing to build him up.
He just doesn't fit the profile, though.
Just
doesn't fit the profile. 28-year-old that they buy a 28-year-old. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't fit their profile. The player that the age. I mean, the age, not the player himself. The age. He's going on 29.
I know it doesn't fit the profile, but that doesn't mean the player doesn't fit the profile.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is they are the ultimate selling club, right? They are the ultimate selling club. Yeah. They will look at. I know everyone does it, but they look at probably mostly anyone. What can I get anything for this guy in 2 or 3 years' time? Essentially, do you know what I mean? Going to do a job for us 2 or 3 years, and you're not going to get that much. I don't know how much he's on as well. Is he below 100 grand? Did we read, or is he above 100 grand?
Who's that?
Ziyech. I can't remember. Yeah,
I think he's below, to be honest.
Really?
Well, I think he would do well for Dortmund. I just don't.
Yeah, he would.
I don't think their strategy, the players they signed, they probably ruled him out because of his age. Not the player
thing is, though, they do sign older players. Like, it depends on the fee, obviously,
Plus,
but they do sign all the players.
Ziyech has got to want to. These swap deals, the players have got to want to go there as well.
It's not necessarily a swap deal, not necessarily a swap deal.
Just an extra deal on top or something like that.
Yeah, but like it depends because they do sign older players if they're needed for that position. Like with the Marlon thing, that's not a direct replacement for Sancho. The guy can play on the left, but he's not a creator. And you saw like anyone that watched Dortmund last season could see that when Sancho wasn't in the team, they lacked creativity.
Yes,
they lacked like Haaland's biggest barren period was when he didn't have Sancho in the team.
It's Champions League against Man City, right? Sancho didn't.
Yeah, but it's like he went 7. I think Sancho was missing for like 7 games in the league or 7 games in general, and Haaland went 7 games without scoring.
Right. We do have creative players. That's the thing. I'm not talking about us.
I'm talking about them. Where it's like the biggest thing they need if Sancho leaves is a creator, and Marlon isn't a creator. That's why like Ziyech for me probably makes sense because also it's a guy that can play on the right, which they don't really have.
Yeah.
Like Hazard can play there, but he's better on the left. Brandt can play there, but he's better centrally or coming in off the left. They don't really have anyone bar Sancho that can play on the right, off the top of my head.
Is Gio Reyna he plays on the left?
They can play both
Reyna
sides.
plays centrally a lot for them, doesn't he?
No way Russia scored.
But yeah, they don't really have anyone apart from, like, I think they've got Knauf who's coming through. I think he plays off the right, but again, he's quite young, so that could be good for them getting Ziyech because it's a guy playing off the right, coming in. You know how creative he can be. So
I've got some breaking news though about Haaland.
Here we go.
Oh, that's Wayne's horses. Let's go.
Yeah, don't get me mixed up with him, please. I've got taste.
My bad.
All right.
You guys have both been fighting for Werner's like advocate thingy, so I'm getting.
I was keeping myself quiet, and you want to bring that up. That's why I don't want to fight.
Ooh.
That's because you're in a losing battle. That's why I tell you.
I was like my mouth shut the whole time. Literally, I didn't say anything about it.
Please. Go on, Wayne.
Wayne.
You two are a bunch of fraudulent.
Wait, please, sir.
I was like keep my mouth shut.
Sir.
You guys are going to be beefing.
Let Wayne go.
But basically, Haaland's representatives came in and they said they want to drop me, Raiola, and they want Agent Moulds as their representatives. So I'm sure when Agent Moulds comes in, he will get Haaland in for Chelsea. Don't worry. Right? I will do my utmost to make sure he gets the right deal and he will come in and be our number 9 for next season.
That's not breaking news, though. He's taking a piss.
I thought you were going to tell me like.
I thought he was going to drop another.
I didn't say nothing.
Big up Myron saying I'd hate to miss out on a Destroyer 6 because of other targets and end up with Bakayoko. Oh dear, help us. On Haaland, why do I keep missing BVB with Bayern Munich? I can't be arsed, it's Dortmund. Why would Dortmund want a player straight cash surely? I think it's more Chelsea wanting to add the player to try and lower the valuation fee because I don't think they want. That's why the transfer fee's the biggest stopping point for us right now. Because 150 million, regardless of what the player is, it's still a lot of money, especially on one player. So if you could put a player in there and take 40 million off, that could potentially be the difference between getting a centre-back and not getting a centre-back, or getting Hakimi, or getting another transfer that we could be potentially be looking for, or a plan B striker as well. So that's why we're potentially trying to look to put a player in the deal, because it just makes sense. It takes a bit more of the money out of it instead.
For me, it's not even agreeing the fee might be easier than actual the structure of the payment itself. Because how much are they going to want up front? Do you know what I mean? It's like, are we going to have to pay 80, 90 million, 100 million up front? So, of course, we're probably all like going, yeah, do it. But, no one pays a full transfer fee up front. It just doesn't work like that. So that would be mine as well.
Some teams do. It depends on the financial viability.
Yeah, that's something. I think we'll pay a huge chunk of it. I just don't know if we'll pay like all of it. Do you know what I mean? No club really does that. So.
I don't expect
you're right,
us
so
to play all of it. I think a player goes the other way too. But I think if push does come to shove, would Chelsea pay the full 150 million? Kind of. I think we do. We understand the importance of getting a striker in this window. We have to.
Lewis, if you've already agreed, if personal terms are already done, then I think we have.
Personal terms.
It's a player that Roman wants as well.
But what I mean is then we should go all out now and just pay the transfer fee. We should just do it.
Personal terms are the easy bit. It's always the fee.
What's
that's
that?
like
Commission fee.
Yeah, it's the fee that you got to mash out.
Because United have had
Add-on
personal
bonus,
terms with Sancho for well over a year, but they're still fucking around with the transfer fee.
I know,
Like,
but
big facts.
But it's different. But these are like different. These are different personal fees.
I can see like maybe the wages like maybe around 450k plus he got like £2 million.
I don't think it'll be that. I don't know if it'll be that high.
Maybe one sec, guys.
450k a week. He's not getting that.
He's not getting that.
No.
I think he's getting 3 to 350 base.
Give me a second, Andrew.
Sorry, mate.
Poros says, that's cool. Poros says, has it actually been announced that he's coming to Chelsea? Not yet, bro. My Champions League top arrived on the Chelsea Megastore for 20 quid on Amazon. Yo, send over the link, man. You're getting that for 20 quid. I want the link, man. Give it to the guys.
No. Whoa.
Wait, what's
I'll give you a heads up if you didn't know. That is 85 quid kit for 20. I need the link, please. I'm begging you, my guy. You'd help us all out.
What, you mean this
one? Saying CR7 on loan to Chelsea, lol, but Broha could be good. Broha ain't coming back yet. There's no chance he comes back.
You mean this one?
Does you mean that one?
This one he talked about.
Move it to your left.
Yeah, sorry though. Yeah, I think you mean this one that costs 20 quid.
Oh, yeah. Let us know if you mean the actual home kit with Champions of Europe on the back. Because that's the one I thought you were on about. Yeah, but CR7 loans a chance. I've already put in our wage structure enough if we get Haaland in without getting Ronaldo. No chance. Broha will be good in the future. Right now, I wouldn't waste his development by having him spend a year on the bench with us. Like, I'd rather he go out on loan, like, keep developing, understanding the game, improving in certain situations. Send him to a Championship or a Premier League club for me. I think that would be what would be best for him.
He needs to go to Swansea. They need attack anyway. And we always do deal with Swansea, loan deals with Swansea.
Yeah, last time we did that went really
Yeah, we
well.
have a good relationship with them, to be fair.
Yeah, Tammy did really well that last time.
Yeah, that was an amazing chance. Last time we sent a striker there.
Yeah, but that's Tammy.
I look at everyone in the comment section. You love the
Tammy tax. He's saying Tammy tax. Is that what you're saying?
Everyone's twerking for this link, bro. This is mad.
And you guys watching the Russia and Finland game or?
I am.
Yeah, I've been in the background.
It's 1-0
like,
halftime.
Not really the biggest of games, but that's why I was happy to stream in the middle of it. I didn't think I'd miss enough.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to that, that wages fee. How much did you think it cost? About 600k? Because Kante's earning right now is about 300k.
It's not 600k.
That's the thing, though, because personal terms can't be like you can say. Personal terms is the easiest thing to solve within the transfer dispute. But when you got Raiola involved, is it really as easy? Because they're probably
I'd say it's easier.
I think with Raiola, it's his agent fee. That's the bitch about it. Because he got like 20 million from Pogba, didn't he? Yeah. So we don't play with that.
Plus, doesn't his dad want a slice as well?
Yeah, apparently his dad wants a little piece.
I think wasn't. I said this on another stream. Wasn't when they were touting him around Europe? Wasn't the reported fees they wanted 10 mil each from this deal?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
I mean, you got to think if they have agreed personal terms that they've also probably sorted out a lot of that agent fee stuff. They wouldn't. That'd be part of it. Yeah. They wouldn't have like personal terms, a deal, agree to a fee, and then be like, oh wait, now we got to pay the agents. Like they would have that. They would have that sorted as well.
Imagine that they don't. They get personal the transfer fee, but then they stop and won't pay the other fee. They just open it up.
Roman will just let his dad borrow his yacht for 2 or 3 weeks out of the year, and
just give him a submarine.
Yeah,
no, he'll just take Fabrizio out on his yacht and tie lead weight to his feet and say, "What's your fee again?" Drop you over the side.
Siberia.
Roman's straight gangster, man.
Mano Raiola has waived his agent fee.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, he's sunk.
Yeah.
We need to just get this done ASAP, man, because that fixture list, especially that first, after the Crystal Palace game, those other 5 games are mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want it. You want him in for the full. You want him in for the full preseason.
Yeah, 100%, man.
You want him in for the full preseason to get used to his teammates and.
Yeah, you want to get him in. You know what the first day preseason. You want to get him in.
Obviously, because Norway is not in the Euros, like we should be able to get this done ASAP. But the fact of the matter is, the money we're talking about is what's selling here, bro. The money is mad. I don't want to even know what these wages are. What's the reported fee right now?
There's no reported fee.
No reported fee for the wages, but we know personal terms have been agreed.
Yeah,
well, when we say personal terms have been agreed, they said this is what we want. And Chelsea said, yeah, if we sign them, we'll pay it. It's not like it's been written down and it's in concrete.
It's like in pen. It's like in pencil. It's not like properly signed. He's black ink. You know what I mean?
Factually, we can at least say he's going to be our highest paid player.
Yeah, the wage structure will be broken.
Yeah,
it will be broken.
Yeah, cool. Definitely.
Yeah, I think
my life, bro. This is going to be bad.
I think Andrew talked about this before too. Like his wage will probably be like, I mean, it'll be the highest. It'll be in the 2s probably, but there'll be tons of bonuses and incentives included in that for goals and where we reach in the Champions League, and it'll climb. It could climb up to maybe 400 if he hits all of his incentives. But
that's
his base wage will be, fairly reasonable.
It's so important to get rid of so many players this summer.
Yeah.
Not loads. Just
get rid of them once and for all.
Why we can't be fucking around with like.
We can't be like, oh, we want. You know what? We might have to take a loss on the transfer fees just for this, just to get off the wages.
That's when
Marina would never do that, though.
She would never do that. Yeah.
Have you seen the reports on the Batshuayi thing?
What's going on with him?
Yeah, Leeds. Bro, Leeds wanted him for a certain fee. We went, no, we want this fee. So right, they went, no, we're good.
That's what I mean.
What was the fee? It must have been like 12 million or some shit. That's why he ain't worth nothing.
It was nothing as well. It's like, no, just get him out of
They wanted 10 million. We wanted 15.
Yeah.
And they refused at 15. Nah, Batshuayi's done out here.
Go, man.
Because 15 million is like the.
We refused 10 for 5 million.
Yeah, we refused the 10 because we wanted 15.
I'm not surprised they don't want to pay 15 million. They don't need him. They've got
years.
They've already got Bamford. They've got Rodrigo, who came into form at the end of last season. They've got Roberts, who can play as a striker. Like, they don't need him. So why are they going to pay 15 mil for some third choice striker? Just give him, let him go for 10. Get him out of fucking door.
Scott, it was like
he's on 100k a week as well. Like, what's he here for?
Guys, I thought it was madness extending Giroud's contract. Just let him go.
No, but that's to get more money for it.
I know it is.
That makes sense.
But
we can actually
get
a fee for
3 or 4 million, right? Just go. Just don't. Just let him just go.
What's going on with Drinkwater as well? What's my man on? Because I know he's on mad money.
He's like 120k a week.
100 and what?
Yeah.
No,
it's because we signed for 35 million.
Are we talking about the same person here? The Drinkwater that played for Leicester is on 120k, fam.
Yeah.
Conte done us filthy.
The comments
that's not Conte. That's not Conte. Conte didn't want him.
Complaining about
I can top this.
Yes, Sam.
Go on, Scott. I know what you're going to say. Go on, Scott.
Baba Rahman's on 100k a week.
Oh, you know what I thought you were going to say? Malang Sarr's on 120 a week.
Fuck, I know that. Baba Rahman's on 100k a week.
Malang Sarr's on what?
He's on
100k a week as well.
Yeah, he's a free
Are you dumb?
We've been
100k a week.
We're paying Malang Sarr and Baba Rahman 100k a week to literally do fuck all at this football.
Wait, Baba Rahman's still playing football? Where's this man been for the past 10 years?
We moved to some Greek team.
In fucking Greece.
No. Baba Rahman is on that as well. Nah, Scott, I don't.
He's still on the books. Nah, he can't be on the books. He's not on Chelsea's payroll. I swear down. That's a heist.
Nah, I can't be asked, man.
I'm telling you, this club has done.
Kepa's on 155 a week. You know what I mean? So it's like
I don't know how we.
I understand with Kepa as well. He's on a high transfer. Like we bought him for 75 million.
Get these fuckers out of our club.
That's what I mean.
Nah, Conte done us filthy.
That's not. Hey, that's actually not Conte. That's down to Mourinho on the board.
It's near enough.
Conte wanted Vidal. Conte wanted Vidal, and instead he got Drinkwater.
For 35 million plus
neither one of them are.
Yeah, he didn't want him.
He didn't want him. Oh my days.
Drinkwater's on 120k a week, guys. CBA.
We always talk about Marina doing some madness on transfer windows here, but
yes, Lambs.
She got caught.
Yeah. Big up Lambs. Gem as well in the comment section. Big
The
up
thing that
yourself.
I'm wondering, right?
Can't wait to Ampadu put your national team in a pack tonight. Let's go.
Lewis. He doesn't start first normally, so.
Why are you killing the vibe for?
Yeah,
man?
come on.
I'm a Welsh.
Come on,
I wish he started. I wish he started. You know, he's got permanent pack. Dan James, Gareth Bale, Moore, Welsh.
I am not shameless enough to make a Dan James penitentiary.
Speedy Gonzalez and them man there. Dan James,
I have to side with Jim on this.
You never know. You never know. He might start. Ampadu. I'm hoping he does, but
I need Wales to win for the Robbie sweepstake anyway. But I'm not in the most
I think Turkey's going to win this one.
The pace merchant of all pace merchants.
I'm trying to work out as well.
Man.
I'm trying to work out as well. How in the hell are we going to get Danny Drinkwater off our like?
I already have a theory. Leave him on the bus stop.
Honestly,
leave him on the bus stop, and hopefully someone takes him.
This guy's flopped at Burnley. He flopped at Villa. I don't think he's done bits in Turkey.
No.
Bro, we're gonna have to send him to Algeria or something.
Bro, this is the modern day Winston Bogart. We aren't solving this problem. He's running down the contract.
Winston Bogart.
Man, like Bogart, you know, trust me.
I already told you. Roman yacht, lead boots. Just sinking to the bottom of the sea. Where's Drinkwater? He didn't show up. Cancel his contract.
Flew into training from Holland every morning just to train. 50 grand a week.
By the way,
50 grand a week.
Lewis,
big up Dave saying no way that wank is on 120k. Kante is so nice, man. Kante's still our highest paid earner, to be fair.
Yeah, he is.
Regardless, right? At least
Whoa, fam! Zappa Costa's on 70 bags a week.
Zappa Costa.
Yeah. You know who he wanted instead of Zappa Costa? Alexandro.
Against Karabakh guy. Is that him?
Yeah, we've been made to suffer for 17-18, man, and we deserve it.
We had our pants pulled down for real. This is a madness.
Who's
Baker's still at the club?
Yep. We pulled our pants down willingly. We did it ourselves.
Yeah.
So that's on us.
Yeah.
Question: how much did we buy Drinkwater for?
35 million.
35.
Would you like to know what his current valuation is on transfer market?
1.8 million.
2.7 million.
Oh dear God!
Hey, but
that's a steal if we could get that for him.
It's a depreciation of over 90%.
Like I said,
I'd rather release him on the free. You know them ones there. I wouldn't even take that piece. I'd just rather release him on the free.
Leave him on the bus stop, and hopefully some team just takes him.
You might have to pay.
Back at a Christmas.
Open the watch along, man. I'll come in. I'll join. We can talk about football.
So here's a maybe somebody you could throw in the deal for Dortmund that might work, since he doesn't look like he's going to resign. Antonio Rudiger.
But he might have better options available to him though if he doesn't sign than Dortmund. Because let's have it right, he's been fantastic.
I don't think he does, because I think last night, I know it was against France, I think last night showed that a lot of Rudiger's good times this season, I think, is down to Tuchel. Last night was not a good game. Like, it was okay.
I'd say in general.
That was Hummels' fault, though. It was Hummels' fault. Like, what?
I don't think any of the defence covered themselves in glory.
I'd say the team in general weren't up to it, really. Germany had a lot of chances, to be honest.
I don't see where he goes that will be an improvement to here. Like, that he's going to get game time.
I agree with you. I think he'd be stupid to leave as well. He shouldn't leave.
I can understand why he wants parity when Danny Drinkwater and Malang Sarri getting 120 packs a week.
No, I get it.
He's getting less than that, so I can understand it. I mean, he doesn't want to be like the highest earner. He just wants a bump. You know what I mean? This is like to 150 or something like that. And
yeah, all the guys from the 17-18 window, we should just be happy if we can get anything for them at this point. Like, and with the Michi thing, like, we've made enough money off his loan spells to like balance it out a bit. Like, if Leeds want to pay 10, let him pay 10. Like, just let him go.
Didn't even mention we got to get rid of Barkley as well, man. Barkley's got.
We got Mo Welly.
I reckon Barkley will get a club though. Yeah, it was a
Get
good deal.
Barkley
That was a
for
good
Barkley.
business.
Get Bakayoko out because we're not going to lose anything on Bakayoko with the
Bakayoko,
transfer.
this is the
with
thing.
loan fees
Bakayoko and
and
Barkley will be able to probably sell because they've actually Barkley
They've been playing.
has a thing about him where people want him, and Bakayoko's had a good season. Zappacosta as well.
A
If we
couple,
were actually like serious and were like, cool, we'll take a reduced fee, you can get rid of him to an Italian club. He had an okay season for Genoa.
And
Like-
Villa paid 10 million for Barkley this year for his loan
Yeah,
fees. Like
10,
that's
12
most of
million
his
pounds.
transfer
People
right
like
there.
Drinkwater, we're never getting rid of until we
No,
release him.
never,
Like
never.
Batshuayi at this rate, we're never getting rid of until we
Baba
release him.
Rahman, we're never getting rid
Like,
of, man.
Baba Rahman, you could again. It's just taking a reduced fee. That's the problem. Is we're so friggin' stingy.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Take a
It's
reduced
really-
fee and get rid of them.
It's not.
The issue might be though that the other clubs that are also paying this little money might be not willing to pay the amount that the player wants, so they're going to tell us to pay the difference. If that
That's what we
happens,
got
then
to
we're
swallow
screwed,
our
innit?
pride, man. We got to swallow our pride and just go.
Let the man
Fine.
read his super chat.
Go for it.
Oh,
Go for it.
yeah, safe for that. I was going to let you run with it, but safe. Big up Mo Welly saying if Marina puts the Haaland deal off, she will officially be the GOAT. Damn right. Remember the slander she was receiving a few years ago as well.
She's the GOAT. Listen, she's the GOAT anyway. She sold Morata for how much back to Atletico Madrid?
60 million.
She's the GOAT off that.
50 at least. 50.
Damn right,
No, no,
man.
no,
She has
no,
good moments, she has bad moments.
How can we forget? We just discussed Danny Drinkwater for 35 mil, guys. Come on.
What about the Hazard deal? What about the Hazard deal, though?
She's GOAted already,
No,
fam.
no, but Hazard.
She's
come
good
on,
at selling
bro.
players.
No,
I
it's the
tell you
last
that.
year of
She's
his-
very
it's
good
the
at selling
last year-
players.
It's the last year of his contract, though.
Bro,
They didn't
that
pay-
season
they didn't
for
pay-
No,
Brazil,
she's good
yeah.
at selling players. No,
By
she's
the
good
way,
at selling
if
players.
Barca paid Coutinho 140 million, I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind us splashing 150.
Yeah.
That's more Barcelona having the L
Yeah,
on that one. So we
That-
shouldn't
that's
really hold on to
Barcelona
that.
don't literally
Worst
have like
transfer,
children in
worst
their
transfer
finances.
business in the last 4 years.
I got some more updates for you.
Let's go.
All right, who's just the selling
Arsenal
now? Let's go.
rejected the bid of 25 million from Aston Villa for ESR.
Brilliant.
So-
Villa are raiding Arsenal.
Wait,
Villa,
what?
what are you doing?
For Emil Smith
Smith
Rowe
Rowe. They
Yeah.
reject a bid from Aston Villa.
You're kidding.
and Tottenham and PSG are in talks with an Icardi for Icardi's Aurier swap.
Yeah. A Cardi Aurier swap.
Wait,
that's
does that
Tottenham.
Yes, do you have actually
Aurier Icardi.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That
L's
means,
all
that
round.
means if they
That's
get
L
Aurier,
all
that means
round.
they're not going after Hakimi.
Announce
fine.
That's
Hakimi.
good for us.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
yeah,
it is.
that's good for. That means that
that
Yeah.
is
Yeah, that is
literally
great
L's
for us.
all
But
round.
that also, if they're going for Icardi, that kind of means like they're resigned to Harry Kane leaving. If that's the
Icardi,
case,
oh
because
my
no way
God.
Icardi's coming to warm bench.
My
That's
God.
something
He did-
else
he did
for
it
like
PSG.
everyone.
he is yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's PSG. This is Tottenham.
No, but for Moise Keane, bro, come on, bro.
Wow, imagine that, man. We're getting
You saw
Moise Keane.
Hakimi. You saw
Icardi,
Hakimi.
that is a severe downgrade, Icardi, from Kane.
You saw
Severe
Hakimi
not
was
even that.
dropping those. Go
Bro,
ahead,
they
Scott.
do realise like what they're going to have to deal with Icardi.
Yeah,
Like,
He's such a scumbag,
his
isn't
wife slash
Bro,
agent. Yeah.
His
Bro,
wife, yeah.
honestly, the first bit of like him and Fonseca are literally going to have beef the whole season. The whole season. Him and Levy are going to have beef the whole
Yeah,
season.
literally.
Yeah.
Bro,
And
his
you know
wife
what?
will come out in a
They're a
media
trash
and
club.
say
For it.
Mhm.
I'm all here
his
for
wife's
it.
literally going to come out and cuss out like Levy the whole season. Literally the whole season. It's just going to be cussing
It's
Levy out.
just more ammo for me and Lewis to go in Sarcasm City.
What the
Damn
fuck?
right.
You know what I mean?
I want carnage. I want scorch at White Hart Lane. Please.
And then, hang on. And then PSG want the guy that flopped already at them. Like
Pochettino,
they
right?
sold because of how shit he was, and then want him back. Oh
That's
god!
Pochettino.
Oh.
Isn't it?
Stinker,
Pochettino.
That's Poch
Stinker.
tax.
It's Poch. Yeah.
Pooch, as I call
Stinking
him.
up the place.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Villa are building the team that Arsenal want, which is great.
Wow.
Oh
The phone
man,
is red.
imagine! Wow.
Big up Paul Ross as well, saying what you got to realise, as Eunice said, big up Eunice as well. If we want a player, we will get the player. Yes,
Yes and
And
no.
no.
but also, yeah, that's the thing. Yes and no, because it does depend on Dortmund as well. But my question is, how long are Dortmund going to hold their nerves for? Because we've said it so many times, we're going to sound like a broken record again, but they're not going to get half the money that we're offering next
Yeah.
season. So, but the thing is with Dortmund fans as well, they seem more worried about losing Sancho than losing Haaland this summer. So for me, it's like, how long are these guys going to really hold their nerves for him, or are they really happy with losing him for 62 mil next season?
I think
I think it's all on us to put the bid in.
I reckon with 120 M's he's gone. Dortmund are stupid to turn that down.
The other thing is Dortmund getting as much money as they are for both of these players. There's no way you can say no to this, bro. You can easily set up a whole new squad.
Yeah, it's a 200 million on two players.
Million. Yeah.
No player is off the market. Every player has a price on their head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the price is what they want. Like, I don't think they'll go any lower than 150 because I genuinely don't think they care, because they're already losing one of their big players. And the reason I think, Lewis, as you said, they're more worried about Sancho is because, as I said, without Sancho, they've got no creativity in that side. Like, Reyna's come into
but let me ask you this though. At this point, the way that this thing's dragged on so long with Sancho and United, I'm skeptical that it's even going to happen.
But the only reason I say I think Sancho is more likely to leave is because they've actually got an agreement in place with Sancho that he can leave. The only reason why he won't leave is because literally United fuck around the whole window and they're like, no, we don't want to pay this fee. It's less than what we originally want. Do you know what's mad, actually? I found out the other day by watching, I think it was Rance or Aaron or something, one of their channels. The fee that Dortmund want now is basically what United wanted to pay last season, which wasn't enough. And now it's come to the same fee this season. They want to pay even less. It's like, no, just pay the same. You were going to pay it last season anyway.
Yeah. Plus, I think they try to stick unreasonable thing like they did. You know, the Martial did, like Ballon d'Or stuff and everything like that. It's just just stop being stingy in the literally
fucked around with Fernandes for 6 months or a year or whatever it was to then pay the same fee that they wanted in the first place. Same with Maguire. Just pay the fee. Like, if you want him that bad, just pay the fee. Like, why are you fucking around?
They might be trying to leverage the fact that, well, Ronaldo is available. Not that I'm saying it's the right move, but they might say, well, we might just go for him instead and try and force Dortmund's hand that way. But they'd even be stupid to do that because they've said no the last 99 times.
Yeah. But again, like, it's the thing. I don't think Dortmund aren't in a position where they, like, it's not like they have to settle. They've told Sancho he can leave, but if no one comes in for him, then he can't exactly moan. And with Haaland, like, they're going to lose him for 72 mil or whatever it is next season, but that's still a good fee, and that's still a good enough fee to replace. So that's why I say, unless we offer, like, 150, 140, they have no reason to sell him, because they'll just be like, we can still replace him with what we get. We'll definitely, with those two in the squad, we'll definitely get Champions League next season. That's more money coming in. Because the
wording was so important. Reported, I think, a week ago or something, where they said they don't intend to sell Haaland.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing.
They left the door open. Do you know what I mean? They left the gap there to
that's the thing. We're like, they want to sell Sancho, not want to, but they'll happily sell Sancho if the fee's good. Whereas Haaland, it's a case of we have no intention unless you give us an astronomical fee.
And the reports last week were it's in Roman's court. Essentially it's in Rome. They put that thing and essentially they went, okay, show us what you got. They put a punt card down. And let's see how we react to it. Do you know what I mean? That's all it is. It's what we do. What's the opening bid? And then we work on from there. Because Chelsea are still going to try and get this down from 150 million.
We apparently put that feeler bid yesterday at the 70 mil.
Yeah. Do you believe that, by the way? I thought that was nonsense.
I don't believe it gets accepted, but to say that a bid could have been put in, I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's just a feeler bid to see what they would accept or how far off that would be. Poros again with another donation, much appreciated, my guy. All love. Dortmund are selling. I think it means a selling club, really. Yeah. And a vast majority of the time, whether they sell, their best players are always in the top half of the table, more or less. Plus, we have a good relationship with them, I think, based off the Michy Batshuayi and Christian Pulisic deals recently as well. So there is a good working relationship there. I don't think that's ever been disputed. The biggest question is the fees, getting Raiola happy, Erling Haaland's father happy as well. And the final transfer fee with Dortmund as well on that. But in terms of negotiations, I don't think we're in a bad place with Dortmund either. And I also think it looks like we're the only club that's pushing for Haaland right now too. Yeah. Also, no one else in rumored to be interested.
We say they're a selling club. I've just looked over the transfers the last 2 seasons. Last season they sold 2 players, both of whom were like youth players or didn't play. And then the season beforehand, all the players they sold either didn't feature. The only one that featured regularly was Diallo, who they sold to PSG, and they replaced him straight away.
I think maybe they mean just like, when
Just
they
in
feel
general,
like
though.
they have to
Yeah,
sell
no, but
Diallo.
they might be a selling club in terms of they sell a lot of players, but most of the players they sell are like fringe players. Or like, for example, 2 years ago they sold Ziyech for €6.5 million, but they've included a buyback.
But
So
they
like,
always sell their stars though. That's the thing.
That's
Yeah,
it,
but-
I mean?
yeah.
they don't sell them regularly, and
No,
they
no,
don't.
no,
I
that's-
don't
yeah,
think
I
they
think-
sell them for anything less than what they actually want.
Yeah, because I think
Because I
maybe
think
what was
they've
it?
learned from the times of selling Goetze and selling Lewandowski.
Yeah, I think
So
the last one they really started to start was Pulisic.
Let
right?
me throw another
It was really
name out
Pulisic
there
to us,
And
they
even he
sold.
wasn't featuring. Like even
No,
he
that's what I
wasn't
mean.
featuring.
And then
But
probably
he was-
Birmingham.
he came back from
biggest one
injury,
they sold recently, right?
Yeah, but he
Dating.
didn't like. He was not featuring at all when we bought him. He was like on the bench.
Yeah, I know, but Aubameyang though is probably the last one
So,
that they sold, who was probably in their first team regularly or something like
if
that.
we're talking about multiple strikers
Yeah, he was.
being bought, what do you think of Marcus Thuram at Gladbach?
I haven't seen enough to comment. To
Yeah,
tell
I
you the
mean,
truth.
I'm-
that's my
I'm
god. That's my god's
unsure.
honest.
Plus, a lot of what I have seen of him, he's been playing off the left. I think because I think Player's been playing as the number 9.
Mhm.
And again, it's just a Bundesliga thing where I'm just so skeptical at the minute. Unless you do sign like a Haaland, I'm really skeptical of signing anyone from the Bundesliga with how Timo Werner did this season.
I agree.
Okay.
That's
We
the
need to
worry
We were linked
about
with them
Haaland
last
to
year.
start, but my worry about Haaland is only for season 1. I think give him a season in the Premier League, push to a season and a half at the most, he'll be fully adapted to the league, and I think that's where you really start to see the best out of him. And it's not a question like with Werner. Like I think I could see the best out of Werner next season, or more comfortable Werner too.
The fuck is this?
Yeah.
No
Sorry, there's some alarm. I don't know what's going on over here.
Hey, whatever time you wake up, man. I wake up at like 1 p.m. But yeah, what was I even saying? Yeah, Timo Werner. Like, I can see him succeeding long term, but I could also see him struggling in the Premier League full stop, because he is going to struggle with those low blocks. Erling Haaland, no. I think with him, he just needs time to adapt and learn how to play against low blocks regularly, and then you got a baller on your hands. That's what I see.
Also, as well, what's the biggest, like, for me, one of the biggest concerns I have with other players coming into the Premier League is it's a lot more physical. It's basically the most physical league in terms of the top 5 leagues. Haaland has already shown, like, there's articles like over the past couple of weeks, he's built up a lot of muscle mass. Like he's doing a lot of training to build his muscle mass up.
We saw him in the
Also,
German Cup
as we
final,
said,
what he did to Upamecano.
like if you look at, like, as Lewis said, in terms of low blocks, the best way to break those down is having a guy who can create something out of nothing, or you need like a Sancho or a Grealish who can drag players out. Whereas Haaland is that player who can literally just make something out of nothing. Like the first goal he scored against Bayern in, I think it's 4-2 loss, when they went 1-0 up, it's just a shot from the edge of the box. It's nothing. Like, realistically, he has no chance of scoring that, and he just takes a shot and it goes in.
Don't you guys think it's essential, though, to get him in the first week of pre-season, so then Tuchel can have that training thing on low blocks or whatever?
Well, here's
get him acclimated.
Dortmund. In a nutshell, they don't sell players after their training camp starts.
Yes, in July. Is it July?
July 23rd.
23rd, yeah.
So Sancho has to be done, and I think Haaland has to be done.
That's what.
You say that, but we're gonna miss Pulisic till at least 1st of August because of the Gold Cup.
He won't be in that squad.
Pulisic is not going to be in the Gold Cup.
Yeah,
Really?
they're taking like all the.
It's all MLS players.
Yeah, they're not
MLS players.
because you've got like the US have got like
Houston.
3 different. You had the Nations League, you got a Gold Cup, and then haven't you got World Cup qualifying as well, like all to do over the summer or like in close proximity. So yeah, they're having to stretch their squad quite thin.
Yeah, I mean, I get like the adaptation thing with Haaland, but if there's one guy I think that isn't going to take any adaptation time into the league, it's him. Like he just puts off so many Diego Costa vibes to me when it comes to mentality. That I think if you have the mentality of those kind of guys, you can slot into the Premier League pretty well.
Oh yeah, he has an elite mentality.
Definitely.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, he strikes me as the kind of player that's gonna come and want the records. He's just that ego. He's got that ego. That I want the goal scoring records. I want. Yeah, that's what he's got. That's the kind of guy.
That Ronaldo ego. It's like I want the records. I want all the glory.
Yeah.
Like if you compare him mentality-wise to a guy like Murata, they're like on two different planets.
Yeah, man.
Like
Night
Murata,
and day.
as soon as Murata had some adversity, he's broken, completely broken. Like a guy like Haaland, I don't think it's possible to mentally break that guy.
Take care, Chris.
And the thing
I'm about to head off.
If like
Chris. Come on,
someone
Turkey.
messes up, or if something ain't going right, you know for a fact he's going to speak up about it. Like he's going to cuss out whoever he needs to if it's not going right. Like if a player's not, if Ziyech or if Pulisic, whoever ain't passed to him or is like not doing good enough, he's going to fucking go for him. He's going to.
Yep.
I think we need a bit of that higher up the field anyway. I think we've missed that since Diego Costa.
No
I don't think we've got that a lot in our team.
Well, at that time, Diego Costa wasn't. When was it that season when he scored that? At least he only scored about 20 goals though.
It was 16-17, wasn't it? It was the year we won the league.
It's 5 times.
We say only 20 goals, but bro, we'd be killing for that now. You get me?
15 and 16, 17. He scored 20 league goals each.
And they were like
Chelsea
go ahead.
to score that many anyways from a striker position, so it'd be godsend at least if we get that type of goal rate again.
Yeah, because we'll get goals from the midfield and from the wings as well. So it's like if you can get a striker to get you 20, then you're probably going to bag pretty good amount of goals for the season.
It's not even that, Josh. It's just getting someone on the end of their assists. It's just if he stays fit, and he's on point. Their assist records, each of them are going to go. They're going to skyrocket.
No question.
They're going to skyrocket because if he stays fit if he lands like Diego Costa did. Remember, Diego Costa started from the very first game. Then he's going to bag a lot of goals, and their assist record. They're going to be fighting for the assist award at the end of the season. You know what I mean? It's just going to be ridiculous.
Like I think we all. Go ahead, Chester. My bad.
I looked up who represents Thuram. Who do you think it is?
Mino.
Yeah, it's Mino.
Is that a handshake deal? Like you can get out of Haaland, you got to take my other client too.
Well, again, we looked at him before, and he can play through the center, and he would be as a backup. And I think he's 23 years old. He's physically strong, so it's not like he's some weak kid that can't hold up to the pressure. And if we're looking for multiple strikers to bring in, he is not a bad shot because he can play multiple positions. He's 31 million pounds, so you could say you could throw Tammy in that thing and have a complete swap, Thuram for Tammy.
They ain't gonna take that.
Fuck's sakes. Big up Arsenal say we're going to get Haaland because you got that thick neck. I can't be arsed, man.
Don't start with that neck shit again. Allow it.
Speaking about that.
Quick question, actually. Do we have a photo? I'm trying to get a neck watch.
All right, later, Josh.
Might be fixed, to be fair. Fair enough. I pick up your Josh, man.
Big Johnny.
Big up.
Yeah. I think he passed the neck test.
But stats.
Yeah, but the stats. Check how wide their neck is and see if they're legit or not.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
What's Johnny done to you?
What, that Mason Mount neck thing?
That's not actually Monster. No. I mean, is that Monster in the stream? That ain't actually
it's
Monster.
me, bro. It's me.
Oh shit! Yes, bro. What are you saying, man?
Chilling, bro. Chilling.
No, it just makes all of us. We're just chatting about the Haaland news as well.
Yeah.
What are you saying, bro?
I'm good, man. How you lot doing, innit?
Yeah.
We're good. We're going through. I think. Are we talking about Plan B strikers now? We're still going through the wages.
I think we started talking about Plan B strikers.
Yeah, because they said it said in the Patreon link that it's not just one striker we're looking for. We're looking for a range of strikers. I feel like that's why if you saw the T stream as well, we might not be looking for a DM after all. Which I mean, we are missing the profile of a tall destroyer, but if it goes down to, I'm sure we can cope for a season. The number one aim is for now strikers.
If we're playing a back three, we don't need a destroyer DM. So if we stay there, you could sit there with Conte and Jorginho, Kovacic, maybe bring a Chouameni in fairly reasonably.
Plan always to interchange.
Well, he didn't say that for definite. Liam didn't say that for definite, though, did he?
No.
Not for definite, but he said like the way things are going. I don't think he said anything for definite on that stream.
Yeah.
And to be fair as well, like with who we like, Mount can always drop into the. If we do go to like a three in midfield for like in the middle of a game or for a game, Mount can drop into that midfield three.
Yeah,
He's better out of that position.
You've then
He's
got
better
Mount, Jorginho, and Kante, which still works. So you can.
better as an eight
He
anyway.
does, but just not as he doesn't work in the two.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
if he does what he done on some of the games where, they said he sacrificed a bit of his attacking game, like in the Real Madrid games and the City.
All you have to
City
do,
semi-finals.
bro, all you have to do is watch the England game against Croatia to see him do that. Like I was playing as a 10, but I had to play as
all you have to do is watch the Real Madrid games when he does a number on the midfield, and watch the City FA Cup semi-final when he put Fernandinho in retirement. So do you know what I mean? So he can do that. He can do that. Just,
to be fair, someone said it as well.
Two,
like,
though, I just don't think he'd work in the two.
Yeah, to be fair, someone said it as well. If need be, Reece James can play CDM as well. We've seen him do it for Wigan. He got Team of the Year playing there, or Player of the Season playing at CDM.
It's.
I feel like him being at right centre back is like kind of more of an adaptation for him playing in the middle, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Like in future, we can play him a bit further as well.
I would just like an extra body in. I would like an extra body in there for the rotation.
I say Chouameni. He's perfect.
Because we're playing a lot of games, and look at Jorginho. Yeah, I know he had a good start to the Euros, but we couldn't rotate him and Kante a lot because Kovacic got injured and he doesn't trust Billy Gilmore that much yet. So I'd like another quality body in there.
Do you think we should get a winger, seeing as like the Euros, like there's a short break in between the Euros and the Premier League?
No,
it's not a priority.
Not a priority.
Not a big priority.
We got other things to worry about. The wingers not necessarily.
Trust.
The striker's the main priority, man.
I think if you get
Hakimi covers, Hakimi is that so-called winger. Do you know what I mean? Because he can play an array of positions in the team, whether as a right midfielder, as a right winger, as a right wing back, as a right back, left, and the same thing on the left hand side.
Plus, as well, if Hakimi comes in with how high he pushes up, it does allow. Say we've got either Ziyech or Mount on that right forward. It means either Mount can drop into midfield a bit more and help out, or it means Ziyech can drop inside a bit more, which he's more comfortable with. So, like with having Reece there, it never meant he would never push up high enough that either Mount or Ziyech could come inside, and if they did, it was a little bit of a gap.
Yeah.
So Hakimi being there, he's going to push high up the field. So it allows them to
another thing, if we get rid of Kepa on loan, we need a backup goalkeeper then.
You can find a backup goalkeeper is easy though to find.
No, but I mean like a comfortable one we're all confident in. Do you know what I mean?
To be fair, we discussed some, like you got Romero, you could get, you've got like Areola.
That
you
becomes
could get
because.
Here's the thing though, like we could discuss it, but I feel like there's so many different options for a number two. Like we'd literally just be here all day. Like we've discussed it so many times, but we come up with about 20, 30 different names.
Johnston.
Okay, Fabrizio just tweeted done deal with Tomori to AC Milan. It'll be announced next week.
Well, Fabrizio.
That it's meant to be announced for weeks, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
he just
retweeted it. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Right, so that's going to be 28 million in the bank, and we already know that Chelsea are looking to sell a string of other players. My question was, how much do you expect us to get for all the players that have already been listed already? Right now, it's Tammy, Giroud, Zuma, and Ziyech potentially, Barkley, Conor Gallagher, Emerson, and Alonso, and we know Kepa's going to go on loan.
Well, let's do them one at a time.
Right, one at a time. We'll start with. We can start with Tammy, but I think we already know it's about £40 million for him.
I'll say let's start with Tomori. We know what we're getting.
Yeah,
it's £25 million.
It's 28.5
euro.
Pounds then.
Well, I figured we'd do it in pounds, wouldn't we?
But Tomori, that will be £28 million. Tammy, we're looking at about 40.
Yeah.
65.
I'd push that down a little bit just because he hasn't played that much.
Yeah,
Like,
he's rated at 35 million pounds.
I'd say 35. I'd say 35. You push
And
it down
25
a
for
bit.
Tomori is 60 because 28.5 million euro is what? 27 million pounds, 26 million pounds.
I'll be 62 million overall, or 63 million overall.
Wait, if we're gonna buy Haaland, are we gonna include Tammy in the add-on as well?
I don't think so. I think it's just going to have to be a fee.
They don't want him.
It's gonna have to be cash. That's all they're interested in is money.
It's money.
Yep. They don't want him because they just signed. They're going to sign Daniel Mullen.
What about the Hakimi deal? Do they want players as well, or just cash?
No.
They want players, but I think they wanted a player involved in it too. I don't
think they want a player involved in it. They want cash, but then after they want to buy whatever player they want to buy from us. So
to be fair, I will say as well, the Italian clubs are the only one where like,
they need the
player
money.
deals. Player deals do happen. The
That really
Italian
makes sense,
like
though,
league,
doesn't it?
that happens a bit.
That's what I was
quite
gonna
a
say.
bit.
It don't really happen anywhere else like that. Player swaps.
But that's
No,
what
no,
I say.
no, don't mean direct
the
players
thing is, apart from the Pjanic deal, majority of the time it's as simple as this. Say they want our player and we want theirs, we'll buy their player for whatever the cash is, because it looks good on the books, and then they will buy our player for whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it wouldn't exactly be in the same deal. It'll be separate deals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously, when you look at it from what
I know, but it just don't really make sense to not kill two birds with one stone.
Accounting,
But I think I went over this once
Nah,
before.
fair enough.
The reason they do that is because when you sell a player, you get to put that full amount on your books for that year. When you buy a player, it's an annuitized payment. So if you buy a player for, let's say, 80 million, you put 80 million on your books, and then sell a player for 80 million. You get 80 million on your books. If you buy a player for 80 million, let's say it's 30 million up front. So
you're explaining amortization.
Let's bro.
Yeah.
So most deals, people don't realize them. Most deals they're not just paid straight cash up front. Majority of the deals are paid over a period of time, innit? So if you sign someone for 100 mil over 5 years, then you're paying 20 million per year. And then when you look at it on the books, if you sell a player for 100 mil, but then you buy another one for 100 mil, it will look like you're only you're in a say plus 80 mil because you've only put up 20 mil and you've gotten 100 mil, if you get what I mean, innit?
Yeah.
So it's just basic. It's accounting. That's all it is. It's just what looks good on the books. That's all it is, man.
You man, listen, I got to bounce, but big up everybody that's in here. Big up everyone in the comments. Thanks again for having me on, Lewis. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, man. Take care of yourself. Man knows football on Twitter. Check it out in the description. Love. And
real quick, Monster, I checked out your thing yesterday with Ma. I was listening yesterday. You lot are sick still. Big up yourself as well. Yeah? With Ma.
Who's Ma?
Matisse.
Oh, Matisse. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Man said, who's
Ma? Fair enough, bro. Bless up, man.
Then, man, you lot bless.
Bless, bro. Bless. All right, cool. So we got 35 Tammy Abraham. We got 28 Mori. Giroud would be another 5 to 10 million as well.
Yeah.
I think it'll be less than that.
Oh no, not.
Will you be less than 5?
I think 5 million, 40 million.
I reckon 5 is the maximum. To be fair, I reckon
yeah, same here.
On the money.
Not 10. You're not getting 10. No.
Giroud for 5 million. Who have we got next? Loftus-Cheek. How much do you think we get rid of Loftus-Cheek?
I don't think we'll sell him. I think he'll be a loan.
Oh, yeah, is he alone as well as Kepa?
Yeah, I think it was linked to Lazio or something.
Yeah, the rule where you can only loan one player from a certain club, that only accounts to English clubs, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, only in England.
So Loftus-Cheek would be a loan, Kepa would be a loan.
Alonso.
He's sold. He's
12 million. 12 million.
Yeah, like 10 to 15 max.
15 million pounds.
15 mil max.
Fucking hell. 50. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
120 at least 120 in the bank. So
Emerson, how much did Emerson go for?
20 between 20 and 35, I would say.
35?
No, 35 is definitely not.
That's going to be tough.
I think 20 max.
I think 18 million. 18 million.
He is younger.
Can play in a back four.
Playing back, play wing back. I think
Probably
he's
15 to 20, I'd say.
15
Just because he hasn't played
Yeah,
that much again.
Yeah, we'll say 15 to 20.
I think we wanted 20 million euro for him.
Yeah, it's about
Arsenal had a 40
18.5.
million bid rejected.
Price. Zuma. How much do you see Zuma going for?
10 to 15.
No, he's definitely worth
20
more
to
than
30.
that.
30 to 40.
15.
I think you
30
could
to
get.
40
I
million.
think you
Zuma
could
isn't
get.
that good, to be fair. It's only.
I reckon you could genuinely get about 30 mil for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
30
think
to
you can get
35.
still.
I think you
Because
get 30
he's
to
a
35.
full international with France. Like he's
Yeah.
in the squad at a minute.
His valuation is 28.8 million pound.
It's about 30 million, and so we just say 30 million.
Because then as well, like he was part of the squad.
Ryan,
that
I
won
can't be
the
asked,
Champions
man.
League.
Ryan, you're shameless, Ryan. You're shameless.
Egyptian Lukaku.
Shameless.
Get your Salah shirt back out the closet, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I would take Salah.
That's inappropriate.
Turn down Salah.
I don't
Yeah,
like him. He despises Salah with a
He
passion.
despises. It's very strange, but you know,
Ryan,
you
that Egyptian Lukaku won you out of the Champions League, man. So.
Right, so Zuma 25 to 30 million. Ziyech should be about I'd say about 30, 35.
Sign him for
I
37.
don't think Ziyech is going anyway.
If Rudiger leaves, how much would you go for?
Same, I was going to say
Right
that
now.
as well. That's the
I
thing.
don't think so right now that Ziyech is going. I think for now he's staying.
If Rudiger leaves, how much would Rudiger go for?
Like the rumors again.
I'll give him a chance, Monster, next season. I'll give him a chance.
Ziyech's valuation is about 35 million pound.
I genuinely don't think you get more than about 25, maybe 30.
I don't think the club will sell him for more than they paid for him.
Problem is, if he keeps to this three at the back formation, Ziyech doesn't suit this formation.
If Rudiger leaves, how much would you go for?
He's more so as a four at the back.
Yeah, he's more suited to free up like 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, 3-4-3.
He just doesn't suit this formation.
Let's say if Rudiger leaves because he doesn't want to sign contract, how much would you go for?
No way Rudiger's gonna leave. No way.
40 mil.
If he doesn't resign, he's gone.
He's gone.
Because
I think
we'll
players walk
if
on
we
a
have
free.
to sell him, we'll get really good money for him.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? 50?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what he's worth. He's only worth 25.
Only because good defenders are very hard to
Premium this at the minute.
Premium.
Yeah.
Because he's only got 1 year on his deal, so you're not
I know,
getting a
I
premium.
know, but we would still probably
Yeah,
try
he'd still
and get
come
as
on
much
at
as possible. Yeah, 50. I think they would try and get 50 to 60 million for him.
No way.
I said max 40. Max 40.
No,
Guys,
you
they can-
all are
No way
dreaming.
max 45 at least.
You don't buy the player, you buy the contract. And the contract is 1 year.
No, you buy the player. Then you sign
No,
it.
you buy the contract.
No, you don't. You buy the player. It's not like it's not. The
Okay.
Hey, Arthur,
Exactly.
behave yourself, my guy. Like, what do you mean about you don't have the thick neck? AC has the minerals, man. He has the minerals to make it so
He's
tough,
got
and I ain't
a
hearing
giraffe.
any
He's got
different.
You buy the
giraffe, mate.
contract.
No,
And
you
the
don't.
contract is 1 year.
If that's
I don't
the
know,
case,
man.
then if that's the case, then why did Hazard sell for 150 million all in?
Because Real Madrid
Well, the
is an
contract.
idiot, or a bunch of idiots.
Well, we can stop. We can find another idiot.
You buy the contract.
Not in this market, you're not.
Well, I'm just saying, we don't know.
Do you think
Not buying
PSG
the
will
contract.
take him? If PSG don't get Varane, do you think they take Rudiger? Because was he not?
Maybe,
Maybe.
maybe.
I think Rudiger's-
Why are they in?
for Rudiger?
Weren't they in for Rudiger before? Like when it was like on sale?
Well, why
Yeah,
they
Quinton was
why
there,
are they
though.
in for such a high profile centre back when they have two already? Shouldn't they be looking for a second choice? Third
Bro,
choice?
they will, apparently they were linked with Serge Aurier, man. Like, Serge,
Yeah,
why
but
would
he's
you
not a
Serge
centre back.
He's not a
Aurier?
centre
He's
back.
a right back.
Right back.
I know. And,
They haven't got a
but he
right
was-
back.
You don't
Exactly,
put fullback as a centre back except
Their
Reece James.
fullbacks are rubbish. So that's what
Got
I'm
Florenzi.
They
and someone
literally
else.
don't have a right back. Like no, they've got one.
Lorenzi's
sorry,
on loan,
like
I
20.
think.
Yeah,
Lorenzi's on
and
He's
loan.
on loan.
and he's 32, and they've declined to buy him.
Yeah.
So they've literally got Dagba, and that's it as their right back options. They need a right back desperately.
Yeah.
That's why they were looking at Hakimi.
Yeah.
But they don't want to get in a bidding war for Hakimi.
Okay, we're
Essentially.
looks like we're in talks with Inter for a Hakimi Emerson swap and plus cash.
Who said that?
I'd take that.
That's fine.
What's the source?
Either left back is fine by me.
H Grimes.
H
Yes,
Grimes.
fine. Yeah, fine.
H.
I don't know if I
Grimes.
can trust her though. That's the thing. Didn't she say? I think she said Pep was going Juve or something crazy like that.
I think.
Would you guys not rather get rid of Alonso instead?
I get rid of both.
Oh yeah, but like
both.
I don't really care.
They've won the Champions League. They won the Europa League. It's all cool now.
The matters if you get rid of Emerson, you still go ahead and get rid of Alonso.
Alonso already won everything.
It looks like both of them could be going to Inter.
Yeah,
both Alonso
could go to
and
Lazio, I
Emerson.
suppose. Could go to Lazio.
Hey, if they want both, they can have them both. Just
Yeah, we can have Hakimi as backup on the left as well, so it'll be a good deal.
I don't care. Just get rid of both.
To be fair, aren't we reported? I saw a report that we're looking to buy Pedraza from Villarreal, who's a left back as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's a backup.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. So then you've got your backup there, and you don't really need to play Hakimi on the left. So you've already got your backup coming in. So Alonso and Emerson can go.
I would have given Ian Maatsen a chance, but I don't know. Is it worth buying another left back? These are where I'm. There's nothing wrong with, to me, using academy players as fillers to the squad in the squad. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying first choice. Chil was the first choice, but using your academy boys as fillers, there's not necessarily anything wrong with that, is there?
Yeah, you can use them in the league games. I mean, the cup games.
But that's where I'd say.
But here,
Maatsen could be third choice, and I think that would still work. Because then, say for example, Chilwell gets injured. You've then got Pedraza. Say we get Pedraza. Just say you've got him starting, and then as the backup, you've got Maatsen. Otherwise, say Chilwell gets injured for like a couple months. That means Maatsen's got to come in and play all those games for those 2 months.
You don't want that.
Yeah, sure.
And
Or Scott, you having to play Hakimi on the left, Reece on the right. You can't then rotate Reece. You can't then rotate Reece and Aspie in the right centre back, and it just affects. I just want a natural left footer, and as good as Hakimi is, he's always going to come back on his right foot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And the problem is if you've got having an inverted wing back or an inverted fullback, it makes it so difficult. You got to change it up. We saw with England against Croatia where they had an inverted wing back and it didn't work because they had no idea how to play it.
I mean, inverted wingers are another thing, but inverted fullbacks is just.
He has a left foot.
I just don't think you do it. You need a natural left footer.
He has a left foot. He has a very good left foot.
Right, but he's predominantly right-footed, though, isn't he? That's what I mean.
But, yes, he is. He's right-footed, but he has. He's not Trippier on that side.
No. I just think it's just good having another natural left footer on there.
I agree.
You're not overloading him because remember, we get Hakimi. It's his first season in the Premier League as well. Do you know what I mean? He might need some time to adapt as well. Just don't overload it. We shouldn't be overloading players since we're going to have a lot of games this season.
Right.
And I just think natural rotation is just better. I mean, sure, he could do it for a couple of games, but say Chilwell got a long-term injury or something, was out for a couple of months, then you're having Hakimi over there, Reece over there. I just think it's better to have a good backup left back.
Well, that's why we're looking at Pedraza.
Yeah, which is why we're looking at. We're looking at Pedraza, which is a good thing. So I'm glad they actually are planning that. True. So.
And then you can bring Maatsen in for the games in the league that
League Cup
don't matter as such, or you bring him in the cup. You bring him in the games in the league where you're playing a Norwich, for example.
Brentford.
Where, no offense, we should be fucking battering them.
Exactly. Yeah. You're right.
Gentlemen, I got to bounce. I need to eat some breakfast yet this morning. And get ready for
take
work.
care of yourself, man. Thanks for jumping.
All right. Anytime.
Take care, Jester, man.
Later on.
Links up in the chat as well if any of you guys want to hop in. We'll chill for about 20 more minutes max, I think, and then we'll head off. The only other two players that were left that we hadn't spoken about were Ross Barkley and Conor Gallagher, because Chelsea apparently willing to listen to offers for the pair of them. Conor Gallagher was the most surprising one for me, because I thought he'd just go on loan to another Premier League club. Or at least you try and integrate him to the squad a little bit more.
What about Loftus-Cheek, though?
Loftus-Cheek's going on loan again, but he always needed that second loan anyway, in my opinion.
I don't think we sell him.
Well, we could sell Christensen and maybe Werner.
Man, you keep doing this, Wayne. I told you, I will block you, bro. You keep trying to fuck with me like that.
Time to go like this guy, bro. What is going on out here, bro?
So offended.
Can't help it.
So offended.
Why you have to do this, Wayne?
Every stream, bro, we're selling people. What's going on, bro?
I think at this point, no, Barkley needs to go. Like,
Yeah.
It's not going to work out. He can't. We've already his best position is as a 10, but we've already got Havertz, who's a better 10 than him. He can't play as an 8, especially not in a 2, so he doesn't fit this system. Also, as an 8, Kovacic is better than him. Mount's better than him, so he'd be 5th choice. We just need to get rid of him.
I think he can play as an 8, but
I don't think he can. I just don't think it's his best position. I think we have other people who can play that position better than him.
I don't think he's got the mentality to play for a big club. He always shrivels. He has a decent run of 4 or 5 games.
Bro, he had a falling out with Dean Smith. He was unfancied at Aston Villa because he had a falling out with Dean Smith.
I just think when someone has given you a chance, bro. That's just so stupid.
And he was caught fighting at a restaurant as well.
Well, I don't know.
Didn't he get into a fight with 5 man at a club? He wouldn't top in there, or some madness like that.
That'll get you punched up.
The thing is, though, on a real, I don't know where he goes. I don't know what club needs him.
Brighton, probably Brighton. I
They don't need him though. They don't play with a 10. So, and as an 8, they have Basuma unless he gets sold. But he's not
Brighton's more similar to us in the way they play.
And
I reckon we'll always make profit on him anyway because we only bought him for 15 mil.
I think we'll make profit. I just don't see who's going to want him is the problem. I don't see where he's
Barkley.
Yeah, I don't see
we nearly broken even on him just off the loan deal.
Everton don't need him.
Well, if they get rid of Rodriguez, that's why I'm saying about it.
When does his contract end?
I'm sure if Arsenal lose Smith Rowe,
he's got another 3 years.
Oh, do you know what? Send Tammy to Arsenal.
I don't send Tammy to Arsenal.
No way, man.
Yeah, no.
Just to ruin the Arsenal, innit?
No,
just say
my God.
Tammy would make it better. He'd be better than fucking Lacazette would be.
You know, Barkley signed a 6-year contract with us apparently when he joined us.
Look, so what happened when we send Willian to Arsenal? They crumble like a
yeah, but that's their own dumb club's fault for even signing that fraudulent winger. We've said he was a fraud for years, and they thought, all right, cool, they must be lying.
Oh wait, Barkley's contract ends next summer. Oh no, not next summer. He's still got 2 years. 2 years.
Yeah, I think his evaluation value probably about 25 to 30s. But
15 mil. Move on.
Yeah, we make profit because Villa spent 12 million just alone in last season. So.
Yeah, what's our fixtures during that December and January month? During Boxing Day and that.
January, we are.
West Ham away, Leeds at home, Everton at home, Wolves away, Villa away, Brighton. Oh, we got Boxing Day away. Can't be arsed, man. Oh, it's because Brentford are here. That's why. No way.
Well, at least it doesn't matter. Maybe Fulham play at home at that day. Your
mic's muted or whatever.
Your mic's bugging a bit.
Put it up to your mouth, Lewis.
Yeah, every single time that we have say for that, bro. Every single time that we fucking another West London team gets into the Premier League, we always get given the Boxing Day fixture away. It's jarring, but at least it's not too far. It could be Burnley or some bullshit. Where's Burnley?
But look at January though, man.
Cool.
January, Liverpool, and City and Tottenham.
It's not as deep as people make it out to be. There's gaps in between both of them. There's going to be FA Cup fixtures. Probably, yeah, there's going to be... They're both within, a week of each other, and the Liverpool...
I was worried about February or March.
Away on the 30th, man. We're going to up in the gods, man.
The only thing I wished is that the Liverpool and Tottenham game was swapped. It's the only thing.
But we need those periods, Vidberg.
A Liverpool and Tottenham game
the team.
in January.
If that had been swapped, that would have been perfect.
In January.
Yeah, because then Liverpool would have been out without Mane and Salah and Keita and anyone else. Actually, let me have a little look. They'd have been out without about 4 players.
Yeah, Keita, innit? Matip, Joel Matip as well.
Matip would have been gone.
Keita's not a big loss for anyone.
Yeah, no.
He still, to be fair, he still was a squad player.
How much Liverpool bought Keita for?
66 million.
56 million.
What? Big L on that one.
66 million.
He's the same man who cusses out for signing Jorginho for 55 million, by the way. I have some shame about yours.
Yeah. Exactly.
Zero shame.
No shame whatsoever.
Fan base for you.
He didn't even get game time, Naby Keita.
Here we go.
What?
The second?
Here we go. Well, it's Fabrizio Romano.
Oh no.
He has, or Pice has tweeted. I don't, if it's the same tweet, I think he's tweeting about. Then I think he's talking about.
Is it the real account before I go anywhere?
No, there's no here we go except for the fucking Tomori news. There's nothing else other than that.
I like how Monster just said those words and then disappeared, bro. What's going on here?
I just trolled you.
You bastard, bro.
You turn it. You lot just turn it into something else.
I thought I was missing out on something. Fuck's sake. Fabrizio said Chelsea want to open contract talks with N'Golo Kante on his podcast. They're convinced to offer Kante an important contract and are confident he will extend. So, right, fair enough. Good. At least we know we've kept Kante. They've only contacted Achraf Hakimi's agent. Inter Milan are waiting for contact from the Blues. The price tag is 80 million euros, another thing we already knew. And Valencia keen on signing Kennedy. Cool. That'll take another 5-10 million.
Who? Kennedy.
Forgot about him.
About him, you know.
What are his wages?
Norwich once.
Yeah, I remember that goal. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a forgettable season at least, though. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we end the stream?
Let's go away days. Away days to Arsenal. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Arsenal, man. Arsenal away is going to be lit. As long as it's actually open, because, Scott, you told us about that as well. There's a chance that we might not even be allowed in for that game. But even if that's the case, I'm sure, like, close away days should be fine. Like, within the same city. That shouldn't be a problem.
Just hopefully Newcastle will be alright, 8+.
Yeah, we should be out of this by then. Well, we really should be out of this.
Are they
There's
fans?
Looking forward
he's
to
having a laugh, bro. It's no way.
Hey, we're gonna walk into up in the gods, man. 7 stairs up, innit? So
don't mind me taking that long ass staircase just to see Isaac Hayden score a 94th minute winner.
Who's gonna be taking me?
Hey,
Who's gonna take me? Though? Someone about to walk it up.
bro.
I'm taking you up, man. I can't be asked. You're too heavy.
Aye, if you can get yourself into the lift, I'll be there as like a helper or something and just bail you out, innit? You bail me
Because I
out.
won't be walking, will I, when it comes to my birthday, is it? Jesus.
You better be walking before the game, because if you're that groggy before the match, they ain't letting you in.
Yeah. Right.
That'll be a shit start to the birthday if you don't get let into Newcastle away.
Are they limiting fans back in the stadiums for the start of the new season?
No idea.
Should do.
I think.
Like,
I
I
think
swear, what is it? Isn't there's meant to be a big tennis event where they're opening up to everybody? Like 100%.
Yeah, Wimbledon.
Wimbledon.
They do it for tennis. Come on.
Yeah, Wimbledon, and there's something else they're opening up fans for fully. I can't remember what it is.
Good signs.
Racing and Silver.
Yeah, Ascot. That's it. Ascot and Wimbledon.
They don't trust football fans, innit? They're hooligans.
Oh yeah.
No, to be fair, we're gonna have rather sitting anyway next season. So what should we be worried? We got
looking forward to the live stream.
I think they're getting rid of the chairs and the staff replace it with rail seating.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
So wait, what is rail seating? Is there no
I said
seat?
this with you last time. They're going
Just
standing.
the rails at the front.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, it's about Matthew Harding was basically all stander anyway, so
I swear they're meant to do that in the shed.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
do
have.
anyway.
They've done it in the shed and in the Matthew Harding. They've actually taken seats out and just put rails for safe standing.
Oh, okay.
I'm gassed, bro. I'm excited for that.
Interesting.
About damn time. Good time to renew and everything, but yes. Anything else anyone wants to talk about? We're gonna end the stream here.
Finland Russian game.
Those away days, couldn't be more excited at that.
Okay, off that. It's still 1-0.
Yeah, it's 1-0.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna leave that. But yeah, we'll end the stream here. Big up everyone who's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. We will be back tomorrow for. I think we're going to do Shameless FC, but yeah, we're going to do Shameless FC at a late time. We're going to go for 10 p.m. So there might be a daily stream too, but it depends on what transfer news is out there. It depends on what we hear. But big up everyone. Smash the like and subscribe button. We will leave you with a photo of our Ballon d'Or winner for 2021. Take care.
Where's the neck? Where's the neck?
Yeah.